Vice President, here with Capo de Tutti Capo, Mr. President Marcus. How are you doing today,
Well,
sir?
I'm doing well. How are you? How's everyone doing?
Doing good. Our Hubertito is missing in action this week. He is, I believe, he's getting some special keratin wax treatment on the beard. I think that's what's going on. I think that's why he's not here this week.
Yeah, he's got to learn the French version of the Canadian anthem, so that's a pretty difficult task.
He went up to Canada to go to specifically to a beard spa. I believe that's what it was. It was a
Is
beard
that what it is?
spa.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's yeah. So I just want to say hello to everyone. I want to do this at the beginning of the video. If you could like, share, and subscribe these videos. Comments doesn't really matter what the comment is. We'd really appreciate it. Also, if you want to go to the website, Dallas Spirit Guardians, sign up for our newsletter. That's how you can keep in touch with us.
social
And
media at Dallas Guardians on X, on Instagram, on Threads, on Facebook. You can hit us up on what's that website? Reddit. You can find our posts in the FC Dallas subreddit. You can also find some of our stuff in the Dallas Trinity subreddit, as well as the Gamebridge Super League subreddit. You can find us hanging around there. We've also got our own private Discord server. If you're interested with chatting with us, please let us know. That is part of membership in the Dallas Beer Guardians. So if you're looking to be a member, join our Discord. Come argue with us. Come argue with me. Come argue with Hubert. Show up at a game. Argue with us there. We love that.
yeah,
Um,
for
we've
sure. And this weekend is the last tailgate, so we want to see some big numbers. So come out.
maybe the last tailgate of the regular season. Okay, let's not count us out yet.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
We're not dead yet. We're not dead yet.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right, so we're gonna start off new tradition. What do we have here? We're gonna go with
Album of the week. What do you
album of the
got?
week.
Hold
We
it
got
up.
Unforgettable by Natalie Cole. Uh, I mean, this is what you call synergy for all you business people. You have the daughter of the great Nat King Cole redoing or doing a duet somehow, technology, with her father for the Unforgettable song, and you know it works, is what I'm saying. So yeah, this is unfortunately she never really captured that height again, but this particular album is absolutely gorgeous. So and this is one of my favorite. This is one of my Sunday clean the house records. You know, you got to break those out. So, but yeah, no, classic. And there's her and Pops on the back in the studio. So that's some fun stuff right there. So Unforgettable by Natalie Cole.
Very nice. Very nice. We've got the. I got a good one, Marcus. You'll appreciate this one.
What do
We
we
have
got?
we've got 1985's Eddie Murphy. How could it be?
Oh my god, what's on that one? Which
This
one's on that one?
The singing debut of multi-talented superstar Eddie Murphy, featuring the hit single "Party All the Time." This is the banger. This is the absolute banger.
I mean,
This is eight
here's the thing.
tracks.
Here's the thing about this though. Shout out to what's my man's name?
This was produced by
Dave,
Rick James and
there
Stevie
you
Wonder.
go. Yeah, I was like, Rick, shout out to Rick. Because it's basically Rick James on the under track, and you know,
Exactly. This is the most underrated Rick James album all the time. You got Stevie Wonder produced the track on here too.
yeah,
Eight tracks. Party All the Time being the side two kickoff. This is actually still in the original plastic wrap. This is an original 1985 CBS print. It's been in the collection, been in the family for a very long time. This is one of the things I inherited. This is a famous legacy piece here. So
no, for sure. That's the thing we don't see these days, right? We see unless you're a Disney star, you don't see multifaceted actors.
multi-talented
Yeah,
recording
yeah.
artist.
The only person I can think of for the last like 25 years is Jamie Foxx, and he did it really well,
He
right?
did. He did.
Comedian, TV show, platinum album.
Steaming
There you go.
with a
So
beaming.
there you go. That's
Any Given
classic stuff
Sunday
right there.
soundtrack. That was a great one.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so let's start off. We didn't get the result we needed, but we're not out of the hunt yet.
We're not dead yet.
We're not dead yet. We're dying, but you know, yeah, shout out to the boys again, Road Warriors. I mean, this is the one trait they've kept all season. Um, it wasn't great. I mean,
It wasn't bad either, though. This was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, it
This
was
was not a terrible match. I mean, there were some bad moments. You've got Jaimiro, I don't know if I could roll my R's well enough. Ramiro gave up the early own goal, put him down 1-0. That was unfortunate, but outside of that, he had a relatively good game. I think a lot of these guys have really stepped up and shown a difference, and this club looks totally different from where they were a couple of months ago, in my opinion. I think
No,
it's a little too
I
little,
totally
too
agree.
late, maybe, but I think they've really managed to uh, fix their form and have come back from the obvious.
So I agree with you, Romero. The problem is he can't do this but for one season. He's covering a lot of ground. He's covering for Delgado, who likes to go and walk about a lot. Um,
Yep.
Delgado's passing needs a lot of work, in my opinion. We can talk about the stats right quick before we talk about missed opportunities. That's my word or my phrase of the day for this particular game. We hit the post. We kicked the ball 3 times directly at the goalkeeper. Um, the penalty was it a red card? Wasn't a red card? We can discuss that in a minute. But so shots, 24 them, 16 us, 8 on target for Portland, 4 on target for us. I guess hitting the post
Got to do
though.
better than four shots on target.
Yeah, possession was what you expect. 60% of them, 40 us, passing,
Was
500
it
them.
60-40? I think I thought it was a little bit more balanced from what I heard on the post game pod. I thought it was like 55-45.
Well,
I thought it was a little bit closer. That may have updated that stat.
Google says 59-41. I was just rounding.
Well,
Um,
if Google says it, it must be true.
I mean, foot mob is not any more accurate, so that's what I usually go with. Passing
What foot mob
accuracy,
is that like the new rap group Foot Mob?
foot mob, or footy mob, whatever it is. Passing accuracy is a problem. 75%. That is not good enough to
That
be
feels about
considered
right,
an
though. That
improvement.
feels about right the way this team has been playing all season. They're not the best passing team. They're not the best progressive passing team.
And the worst one, and this actually came up quite a bit in this game. We had 5 offside, and it wasn't all Logan this time. So that's the
Yeah, yeah. That they're This is a team that has not gelled together all the way. Right. They've had a lot of moves in and out, and look, we've talked about this ad nauseum, right? We don't have to recap everything that's got us here, but I will say we've got Cappy's in the middle, who has been, I think, stellar since he's really gotten the start. I think he's been really solid performer in the midfield. Right, he's not he's not going to be a game changer, but he's been done a great job in the role he was brought in to do. Kayik has improved dramatically from the start of the season. Delgado has flashes of greatness. There were a couple of really good set piece attempts from Delgado that looked amazing, and like you said, a couple of those went right at the keeper, but those were some audacious attempts that were exciting to watch. And if he had just finished one of those, this might have been a completely different game.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. My biggest frustration now, and I realize that this is the different in class, is Kaike and Delgado run with their head down. So I think that led to a couple of offsides. Is like the pass was there if you had seen it a second before, but by the time you look your head up, they're off. So it's one of them things where, like, at a professional level, I expect you to be able to run with your head up. But maybe that's asking too much from these kids. Maybe they'll pick that trade up in their mid 20s, because you learn new skills in your mid 20s in soccer.
But
Um,
hey, 7 unbeaten in a row.
I mean, the team's doing what it needs to do. Well, not we're not winning, but we're doing everything short of that. And Musa is doing Musa things. He's doing what we paid him for, and we paid
Musa is
handsomely for
having
him.
an incredible back half of this season. I shudder to think what this club would have looked like if he did not miss any games with those injuries early on. I really think that he's performing, obviously, like you said, what he's paying for in this FC Dallas 1 DP model that we have going on. Because you have the option now, right? You can do the 3 DP or the 2 DP, 2 U22 players. We're in the 1 DP model, right? That's the extended savings package, if you will.
No, no, I
But
mean, technically, it depends on when they chose. They technically had 2 DPs. They got rid of them. So if they chose the beginning of the year, they still have the second DP slot. So
yeah,
it depends.
and you could have
Uh,
switched at the. I was being facetious with the 1 DP model. That was a
yeah.
joke. It's my Super Saver fund.
Oh, also, I'm pretty sure Leggett if they don't buy down his salary, his DP, because I'm pretty sure he's at $1 million, give or take, um, in
I
pay.
do believe they bought him down. He's not holding up a DP slot. So
Yeah. Yeah, but no, shout out to the team, man. It's a lot of heart. Shout out to Julio. You could tell that meant a lot to him, getting that one. And it wasn't clean, but who cares? They all count the same.
that's it. Back of the
Um,
net counts, right? That's what really matters. Um, on the Musa subject, before we roll into the rest of this game here, 17, one away from the record. This is cool.
well, one away
We
from
were
tying the record, but
one
yeah,
away from tying the record. Yes, one
yeah.
away from tying the record, and those are some pretty powerful names at the top of this list, right? You've got Kreis, who got there first in '99, so way early on, year 3 of the club. You've got the all-time great Kenny Cooper in there with 18, 2008, and then Jesus Ferreira in 2022 came close and tapped that in at the end of the season too. I do think something to talk about here as far as this record goes. Kreis did it with way more assists than anybody else, I believe. You could pull up those numbers and look for it, but uh,
Wait. Hold on. You gonna leave out Jamaican great Jeff Cunningham? I'm offended.
Jamaican great Jeff Cunningham,
I'm,
stop it, stop
I'm,
it.
I'm just saying, Jamaican great Jeff Cunningham, man. He was a legend for this team. To be honest, he's the reason I really became like a fan. Him and
Really?
Javon Watson. I keep telling people, they're like, "What teams do you support?" Wherever there's a Jamaican, and we're all over the world at this point.
Okay, okay.
So uh, it happened so that we had Cunningham, then we had Watson. We haven't really had, I think, what's his face? Tariq is qualified under, I think, his dad as
Okay.
Jamaican, but I don't think he's gonna go.
That would be both Scott brothers then, right?
Yes, yeah. So, but they don't claim they were born here, so they don't really claim
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica. So
Right.
that's the difference. But yeah, no, two and three, I think is possible.
Yep.
As
Needs two
long
goals from 3 games to break the record and sit
and
atop alone the list. Alone
yeah,
atop
and
the
we're
list.
playing the worst team in the league twice. So if you can't bang in two against them, I don't know what you're doing. Uh, it'd
You
be
know,
nice if we did it at home. Obviously, two at home would be
yeah.
lovely, but we'll take it wherever we can take it.
And the best part about this chase though has been not that you're not seeing Musa come on score a hat trick and then not score for 4 games, right? He's got a goal in almost every game in this run, right? And he's just out there every week. He's putting one in, right? It's almost like you can and they talked about this in the post game pod too. It's almost like you can chalk up a one in the Dallas score column every week with Musa out there.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, sort of. This game, the penalty was, a gimme. He took it correctly. Top bin, couldn't stop that. No goalkeeper in the world. Um, he had opportunities. He had one-on-ones directly at the goalkeeper. He had ones with a little tougher angle, and he felt a little off. Even one of them chances he missed. He was praying. He was doing the cross to the sky. He was like, I don't know how that happened. Um,
Sometimes you get in your head when you're chasing a record too, like this, right? He knows about it, and I'm sure he's thinking about it. And we talked about it last week when he took that goal that he probably should have passed to Julio, and he took the shot that he missed. And there's definitely some record chasing in the back of his head there, right?
Also, I think he might actually think it was a good decision because he gave Delgado the same one, where it was wide open on the right side. Delgado blasted the ball directly at the
Well,
goalkeeper,
that
and
was
then like,
Delgado and not Julio. Different
exactly.
animals here, right? Completely
No, for
different.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like it's not even apples and oranges. That's like apples and kumquats, right?
No. I agree with you, but I'm just saying that's one of them. Like, in your head, you can justify it. Like, look, see, I passed, and what happened? Um, yeah, but no. Shout out to Musa. Here's the thing: we've had some pretty decent strikers. It's just that 18 seems low for this league right now. Now, I look at the Golden Boost race, and Messi's winning with 24. So 18 is actually not that far. I don't think we've had a 30 goal scorer ever. I think Bradley Wright came the closest with 27 for the league overall. So we've had some people that banged in goals. They just weren't traditional number nine, right? It was always just a false nine type player that made it work.
If the goals are coming in, they're coming in, right? And you've got a lot of moving parts in this league. I shudder to think what Son is going to do with a full season in LA next year, though. The way he's been performing.
Yeah, man.
I know we are talking about this before we hit the record button here, but my goodness, man! Between
Eight,
Sonny and Boanga, those guys are going to town out west.
yeah, man. Eight goals in 8 games. That is some legendary shit right here.
Eight goals in 8 games for Son, and 17 over 6 games, I think, was the number for Son and Boanga combined, and they were the only ones that scored goals for the club.
Yeah. I mean, having a two-headed monster, I mean, Miami has it, obviously. One of them guys is old as dirt and an asshole, but whatever. Son seems like a genuinely nice guy, and
He does. He
we don't know
absolutely
anything
does.
about Bouanga. So but yeah, so here are the standings as it stands after that. Ooh, so St. Louis, Kansas City, and LA all eliminated. Seattle up, all qualified. So Seattle, LAFC, Minnesota. Oh wow, I didn't know Minnesota was having that good a year. I need to pay more attention.
So we do have a
Vancouver.
game in hand here over the 3 teams ahead of us.
No, us and San Jose played the same, but we. Oh no,
No,
wait,
look at that
sorry.
right there. Games played 31.
There we go.
31 and 32.
31.
We have a game in hand over San Jose, over Colorado, and over Portland. So there is still very much a possibility that this, if they win out and and the results go to their favor, they could jump up to 7th, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, well, we got to get six against the reigning MLS Cup. I don't know if that's ever happened. If you win the MLS Cup and then the next year you're bottom feeding, that's two
Well,
trophies in 2 years. Wooden spoon. We'll go ahead and take it.
does it fit in the MLS Cup? Can you just stick the spoon out of the side? How does that work?
Oh man, that's
But
a. But
they
when you
went
lose
deep
your
in
best
the
player,
they went deep in the Open Cup too. So like I don't really understand what happened. I mean, obviously Ricky Pooch getting hurt doesn't help. That's a MVP candidacy right there when a guy like that goes down and your club does a full 180 the next season. So
are you saying Marco Royce isn't good enough? That's crazy. But yeah, we'll see y'all all this Saturday, the 4th. Last, well, hopefully not the last game of the year, but last tailgate of the year that we're guaranteed. That we're
last
guaranteed.
regular season tailgate of the year. It is a 3:30 kickoff this Saturday. It is a
Yes.
our first early kickoff since 2022, I believe, was the last time we had a kickoff that early. Saturday afternoon, we are going to be kicking off the tailgate festivities we're going to have a big noon Saturday kickoff here in Frisco. It's going to be a good
And
time.
and for all the adventurous folks, this is our doubleheader. I think me and Hubert and whoever wants to join us, we're gonna hit 75 and hit Texoma in Texoma, probably for the very last time. Never mind. We'll talk about that in the off season. But yeah, so we're gonna try to do a doubleheader. I already got my ticket, so we're gonna do both.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's yeah. So again, if you're interested to come hang out in Dallas, come tailgate with us, come have a good time, come party with us, watch the game, and then afterwards hit the road, take a ride up 75, about 40 minutes north, and isn't it even 40? It's not even that far, right?
no, it's not that far. Let's come join us while we play both Dallas teams that play in Collin County. Anyway, so we're gonna move to the Golden Girls.
Well, hold on. Before we move on, let's talk about another couple of things here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I do want to because we actually might have a special guest joining us in just a couple of minutes too to talk Trinity. So let's keep it in Frisco for just another couple of moments. Let's talk about goalkeepers.
I mean, I want to tell people this is a blessing to have 3 quality starting caliber goalkeepers. I'm not sure we keep all 3 of them next year, and the only one of any value worldwide is Paz. So if we're going to lose anyone, it'll be Martin.
Yeah, and I think I thought Colodi was the guy to take his spot, but Jacob Jackson is having himself a back half of this season after coming on what a month and a half ago, coming on a traded for some special. What did we trade him for? Some gams, pocket money, some Garber bucks.
Oh, actually, GAM report came out. We got over $1 million worth of GAM. We're not going to do a goddamn thing with it, but hey, it's nice to have.
All
Yeah,
right,
we
so
got him. We got him for
you're
a bag of balls. So at this point,
you're Eric Quill. Paz is healthy. You got Colodi, you've got Jackson. Let's just say Paz is healthy, comes back off this incident, and he's home. And what are you doing? Are you starting Paz, or are you
Oh,
riding the
it's
hot
fine.
hand?
No, it's fine.
You're not gonna
Now,
ride the hot hand.
no, so he has a rule: if we win, you don't change. But we didn't win, so it's possible to change. So if they had won, then you don't change. But we didn't win, so that's the difference. Um, yeah, it's one of them things where it's again, to have a dearth of available options is always a blessing. Most you don't want, because here's the issue: like anyone who watch soccer, football around the world is like, you don't want your second goalkeeper to be too good. You want him to be serviceable, but not too good. And if he is too good, then you have a problem because you don't want to get into the head of the number one goalkeeper, right? You don't want him looking over his shoulder every single day. So you're going to have to loan him out somewhere else. Now, that doesn't really work here because where are you going to loan him to, especially this late in the year at this point, right? If you're not a playoff contender, you're not going to get a goalkeeper on loan. And if you are a playoff contender, chances are you already have a goalkeeper. So that leaves championship, which obviously he
Yeah.
didn't want to go there because he had the opportunity and chose to float,
Yep.
So, but
I mean,
no,
look,
to answer your question, it's Martin Paz. We're gonna ride the Indonesian International as long as we can,
got a
and
big
then
World Cup qualifier coming up for Indonesia as well.
yeah, and then again the big decision off season. You got to sell one of them, unless you're gonna send Kolodi or you can't send Jackson back down because I think he's a MLS contract holder.
Yeah, he's
Kolodi,
a journeyman. This is his third or fourth team, so he's not a
yeah.
he's got the service time so he can't be sent down. I think the move in the offseason, as much as I love Martin, I think you get 15-16 million dollars for him.
Oh,
Move him
what?
somewhere.
No, what? Two,
You don't think
three,
he's
maybe 2 or 3.
Stop it? You don't think he's a $15 million player?
No,
Okay. Okay.
he's a 2 to 3. How much did we pay for him? We paid less than $1 million for that kid. So
We
if anything, almost anything is profitable at this point. Between you got to remember the things that stalled his career in Netherlands still exist. He has bad feet. His passing
True.
isn't great.
Very true.
Um, those haven't changed. Now he has more tape at a professional level. He could probably get to a Belgium or that tier, and they're only paying 5, 10, between 5 and 10 for a goalkeeper, right? The only way you get, I mean, Stephen Fry got 8. Now that was a while
Is that
ago.
all I got?
Yeah, like he got 8, and they benched him and sent him all over the world to go float for a minute. So,
True. True.
yeah, no, but yeah, 6 or 7 million for him, and you have 2 backups already available. Take that and run with it. Now they're not going to use it for anything. They're just going to hold on to $8 million. So that's the only downside.
Hey,
But
hey,
yeah,
hey,
no.
hey, hey. We will renovate. We will continue to renovate this stadium.
Oh my goodness, yeah, man. It is what, yeah. Choosing to do that right before the World Cup is one of the dumber things I've ever seen. But anyways, we're gonna move on to some actual winners. No, I'm just
One
kidding.
last word I just want to say, and I'm not going to include any context, and you can figure this out on your own. But I have 2 words, one name, right? I've got one name for you to think about over the next couple of days before this Saturday's final regular season home game of the season, and I'll let you decide what you want to do with this. We won't discuss it. Matty Hedges. Anyway,
Yeah, man. Let's get that number retired. All right, so we're gonna pull up the standings in the Gainsbridge Super League for sponsorship reasons. We're still doing well. The Golden Girls are still second place, 6 games in. This it felt like the season just started, and we're already 6, 7 games in. There are a lot of Wednesday games going on here.
and
So
we've got a special guest here to join us to discuss the Dallas Trinity and all things that go on in the Cotton Bowl. Let's bring her up to the recording here.
oh
Crystal
wait,
Wiley, Dallas Trinity supporter at large. How you doing today, Crystal? We cannot hear you.
Sorry.
There.
You can hear me now? Okay.
yeah, we're good.
Sorry if my audio is a little off. I'm working on the laptop and I was trying to figure out headphone situation, but my headphones won't connect. So maybe next.
All great. You're here hanging out. We're chatting. We're talking ball, and we're just gonna hang out and have a good time here. Don't we'll make Marcus do some work in post production to clean it up. It's fine.
A lot of work. No, you're good. You're good. But yeah, so we're gonna talk all things Cotton Bowl. So Red River rivalry. Who you got? No, I'm just kidding. Continue.
Oh, no, I got nobody. I got nobody.
Yeah. What's your favorite fried food? Cotton Bowl. Let's go ahead.
We haven't been yet. Michaela and we haven't been yet. We plan to go on Saturday when the friendly is going on.
Sure.
I've seen a lot of things that I really want to try. I can't remember what they are now to save my life. There's so many because I get the emails from the state park, from Fair Park about the different foods and what made it in and what didn't. But I've been super busy lately, so I haven't had time to like see what the finalists are and go through there. I would like a turkey leg, but I hear they're $30 this year, and I might bow out this time.
You can get a whole turkey for $30.
Exactly. Like, why am I going to just settle for the leg? The leg that I can smoke at home.
Right.
So we have Baja fish tacos. We got Biora ramen bowl. That's an interesting
thing. Birria ramen. Yes, I would definitely do that. I love birria and I love ramen. So
we got the Cajun stuffed shellfish. That's an interesting go-to here.
Yeah, I try that too.
Chocolate covered strawberries. I don't know how that's new. You can do that every year.
Yeah.
Wow, Dippin' Dots still exists as a business model? That's crazy.
Yes, they do. You see them here and there. I think Six Flags helps keep them like in business because that's where I see it. Six Flags just everywhere. Dippin' Dots.
So here's my
Great Wolf Lodge this past weekend for work. Not a personal decision, I promise. But they had Dippin' Dots available at the Great Wolf Lodge. So yes. The amusement park industry and the water park industry is keeping Dippin' Dots in business.
And this is going to be my go-to. We have the Churro Cheesecake Jalapeno Popper. So that is a lot of things right there.
Okay, I would do that.
Yes, and then we also have the cornbread donut. I love cornbread and I love donuts. I'm all for that.
That's fat guy food. That sounds like fun.
Apparently the whites discovered Dubai chocolate because now we have the elegant Dubai chocolate dream, which Dubai chocolate is not any good. Just for anyone who knows, it's not.
Dubai chocolate is a psyop, and I don't care what anybody says.
It seems overplayed on social media, so I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. Then we have deep fried carbonara. I don't know what that is exactly. I'm reading it.
Carbonara, like the chicken and the pasta and stuff.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah. We
I don't know how you deep fry carbonara, but
I wonder if they take like the chicken and the pasta and then they deep fry that together, kind of like almost like a calzone, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, you have my attention.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's what we're doing out here. This is how you do it. And then we got coconuts. We got some more stuff. Obviously, deep fried pickle bombs. I thought we already did deep fried pickles.
I would try that though. I would try that. I like pickles and I like deep fried things.
And then the thing that Bailey was complaining about, lobster 3 ways. That's going to cost you at least $50 or 50 tickets.
It's lobster. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's always some good stuff, handmade, cinnamon roll, but those are the winners that we just went through. So we look forward to seeing everybody at the Cotton Bowl for October 18th, right?
Is that October 18th? Yep.
October 18th.
My first weekend back.
So fair ticket, right? You've got your fair ticket included with your price of admission. And then for a little bit of extra splendid fun, pay attention to our social media. You can join us for, because we got a 4 p.m. kickoff for Trinity. FC Dallas Decision Day in Major League Soccer will be taking place. We'll be kicking off at 8 p.m. in Vancouver that night. So lots of Beer Guardian supporter events going on. If you're out and about, please come join us. And absolutely get your ass down to the Cotton Bowl to support Trinity and come out and watch this game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Watch our girls win.
And we just got a 5-minute segment that I just created about fair food. So
there we
go.
All right, so we're going to actually switch over to the thing that we meant to talk about here. The Golden Girls, in where were they?
In Lexington,
Kentucky. This was hard to watch. I think a lot of tired legs, in my opinion. But we're going to let our guests go first. What are your thoughts on the game, the results?
I'm disappointed in the result, but I do think a lot of it had to do with we seem desynchronized, especially in the back line as everybody. That's been a major focus for everybody because it felt like the defense just wasn't talking. They just weren't talking to each other. And I don't know if that was they weren't talking to each other. Riley wasn't talking to them because Riley may not have seen all the different things. But definitely just I don't know. It could just be the long stretch of road games. It's hard to be on the road, 5 games in a row at this point, coming up here, Saturday, right?
Next weekend, they're actually off this week.
Oh, they're off this week. Okay, so
yeah.
they at least get they get a bye week to figure it out. But it's hard being on the road for that long. And I know that they've been coming back home and then flying back out, and that's hard. So maybe it's all the traveling,
I almost wonder if they had set up camp in Florida somewhere and just kind of stayed there for a couple of weeks. Would that have made a difference?
No, they did not, because Tampa Bay, which I know we were going to segue. So here's my segue into that for a brief second. We left early Friday morning at like 8 a.m. The girls didn't leave until like 7 because all airports in the DFW area had a comms, like all the comms went down. So they grounded flights and they kept people from landing. So fun fact, Jim, the owner, who we got to meet on like Thursday night at the first look, he came by, said hi to us, told us that his flight got canceled and he had to fly out day of.
Wow.
So
Jim Neal's a great dude. He's come by the tailgates every once in a while.
He's a nice guy. I love
the
him.
Neal family are all incredible people. They've got some amazing people there.
Just a slight correction, Crystal. I think he meant to say they should have, not that they did. They should have stayed down in Florida.
They should have set up.
Oh yeah, they should have. They did not. They should have camped out in Florida somewhere just for a few weeks, but they didn't. They flew back home. I think they flew back home for the first look, and then they flew back out.
Right. That's right. They had that big event, the first look for the Cotton. Forgot all about that.
They may have stayed in Florida for the first 2 games, and then flew back for the first look, and then came back after that, and then that could have.
Yeah,
I don't know, that could have done something, but
it's definitely a lot of air miles over the course of 4 weeks there. That is a lot of travel back and forth to Dallas, Florida, Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean, what's the benefit of having 3 teams in Florida if you don't just have a base camp? Like, we're just going to stay here, we're going to play these 3 teams, then we're going to fly to Kentucky of all places. So
fun fact about that: USL headquarters in Tampa Bay.
Right.
So
I've seen
down the road.
I've seen that building. It's not that great. That's why when they if you saw the renderings for the Tampa Bay Sun Stadium, the large building right next to it is the brand new headquarters, because they're like, we're
the high school. That's a high school.
No. So they have a rendering for a new stadium they're trying to build, but they're incorporating the USL headquarters into that new building.
Gotcha.
They're trying to be taken seriously. Yeah, they want to move up, and we're going to talk about that private equity stuff coming up later as an overarching thing. But we can just talk about the game right quick. So
6-1 is brutal. No matter what way you cut this is brutal.
We had two ladies that had hat trick opportunities, and let's just shout out the good Sealy Strong, really good goal.
Beautiful.
Well, let's pause right there, because before we talk about that goal, you have to talk about that pass in from Amber Wisner. That was
my gosh,
incredible from midfield, from the center circle to the back end of the 18-yard box. I mean,
that's one of her biggest things is she's really good about placing that ball from the back line or from the midfield. But that just comes from being a defender. That's what her position really is. But she's been having to move to the midfield, and I wonder if that's been hurting us, not having her in her home position of defense.
Interesting.
So I like her in the midfield, but
yeah, I heard you talk about this with Jesse on the Pegasus post game. Shout out Jesse, we love him.
Yes,
and we've got to do a post game pod one of these days as well. That setup is pretty cool. Love the live and community feel. But yeah, that's it's interesting that you say that. And I know she played defense a lot more, and as a defensive midfielder, I noticed she's gotten back a little bit more. But yeah, this back line needs some help. If you were making a move, what would you do?
So with Goodry out, probably would push Hannah Davison over, pull Amber Wisner back, and then I don't know who I would put in that defensive mid position, but I would also just in general change it to a 4-4-2 because I'm partial to that formation. So maybe sit with Gracie Bryan in the midfield or in the middle. Then you've got Chi on one side. Was she's typically what, left wing?
Yeah, Joe usually plays left
And
side, and
then
either
you
Bolt
can
or
put. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, no. I was just saying you've got Chioma usually plays left side, and
Yeah.
Tamara or Celia have been playing the right
Yes.
right wing, right
I was gonna
midfield,
say,
whatever you
yeah,
want to
keep
call
her
that.
right wing, keep Gracie mid. I'm playing with who else I would want to put in that midfield position because I would like to put Cam there, but I don't. Cam's been a little iffy lately. I think she played really well when she came in on the Lexington. She brought some good energy, some fresh legs. Um, that's kind of who I would like to put there, but I'm not entirely sure because I also would like Sealy up forward with Allie to kind of give her a little bit of support, give a little bit more attacking power in that sense. But I do think we lack a lot of midfielders. Maybe even put the 15-year-old, you know,
Yeah, let's
put
get.
Rhea
I
Moore
mean,
in,
yeah,
give
Ray's
her
had
some
a great
minutes.
season so far.
Yeah.
Every appearance that she's had, she's made an impact on the field. Obviously, with the goal in her debut, but her second appearance, she was out there moving the ball pretty well too. You mentioned the midfield. We cannot talk enough about Debbie Oden's departure, right? Like
Oh my
that
God.
was a giant hole in this midfield that was left by Deb getting recalled by
It
Washington.
hurts. It hurts. And she's doing so great with
Incredible.
Washington. Oh my gosh. She's gotten a lot scrappier since she got there. I watched a few games, watched her and Sam Meza go head to head. Oh my gosh. It was watching that was very interesting because they're both really good on the midfield, but Deb has a lot more control, whereas Sam is more of a quick get in, get out kind of player. So it's interesting to watch those two go head to head.
Yeah, Mez is a lot of fun to watch. She scored the first ever Dallas Trinity goal,
I
right?
don't know. I wasn't following them at that point. I caught her on at the tail end of her one half season with us.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I do believe she may have, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong here. Please jump in the comments and tell me how wrong I am and how incorrect I am. We need the engagement. I'm just going to start saying wrong things to gain engagement here.
Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it.
That'll do it. People love to correct. Oh, you were wrong about actually, there we go. That's what it is.
Actually.
So let me hit the stats right quick. We can talk about it. So these stat lines do not say to me 6-1. So shots 23 them, 9 us, 8 on target for Lexington, 4 on target for us. The possession stats is where it blows my mind. It's basically 50-50, 51-49 in a 6-1 game. It's crazy. Passing 380 them, 380 us. Passing accuracy 80% them, 80% us. So it's like none of this screams to me that we were dominated in the game, and somehow the scoreline will dictate that. Oh, look at that! That's a proper ass whooping. So
I'd be interested to see the numbers of possession in the opposing half, though, because we were getting pressed really hard and really high, and they just disrupted every pass. They were pass disruption, defense disruption, and dare I say, shambolic on the back line.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Sure. Go ahead.
No, for sure. That's what they call it on ESPN FC, shackastrophic. Like some of the really bad. Yeah, it was some really bad runs, attempts to step for the ball and missing them completely. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I stopped watching this after 4, and then when I looked up the score later, I'm like 6. I'm like, that's not great. That's not great at all. So
I'm going to treat it like the Cowboys. I'll watch it till the bitter end. Now, I'm not going to destroy my TVs because I ain't got Cowboys fan money where you destroy a TV and then next season, big old flat screen TV again.
No, for sure.
But go ahead.
No, quick question. Can we talk about this red card? What
oh my gosh. 2 yellows. So why would you not sub out one of your yellow card players? You had Kylie. You had Kylie. I can't remember her last name to save my life right now. Delaney. Yeah, you had Kylie Delaney. Stick her in. She actually, I would prefer her over Goodry because one of my big critiques of Goodry is she doesn't look behind her. if she's got someone who's going to just get her up on the back door and then make their way in, she's not. No, I need her to turn, or I need Riley to drill into her, like, Smart, Goodry, whatever she calls her on the field. Look behind you. I just turn your head. See the runner. It drives me insane. As a goalie, it drives me insane.
No, I mean, I agree with you. We had Reggie Cannon here the first couple of years at FC Dallas. He had the exact same problem. He had no idea what was behind him or over his shoulder. It was the most inferior. Now, granted, he got better and got to a level where we sold him, but that was one of the more infuriating things where it's like, do you not see oh boy running? Shaq Moore actually runs into that issue too, and he's a professional. Right? It's just like, how do you miss that run?
How are you not expecting it?
Yeah, it's maybe she's converted. I don't know what she played in college. That's usually the issue when you convert from a different position, is that you're not used to where you're supposed to be looking or paying attention. But like I said,
keep in mind this formation is a little bit different than your traditional 4 at the back, right? It's really a 3 at the back, right? They start with 4 at the back, but Sierra Hinson moves up into the midfield and the advanced midfield often and plays that almost like an inverted winger. So you've really got 3 at the back. So you need your you need your right back or your right wing back, whatever you want to call it. You need them to play in more of a wide back position, which she might not be suited for, or it might just be the combination of players you've got back there right now. Maybe it's you've got to move some positions around, and because I think Samar started. Don't quote me on this, but I think Samar started inside earlier in the season.
I'm trying to think. So I saw her because we first noticed her and noticed this little issue. I think she's always been right wing.
Okay.
Right wing or right wing back, just because it's an issue that we've continuously seen with her ever since the one scrimmage we got to go to against SMU. Just every time they keep getting her every time, and she's starting to look around more. Don't get me wrong, she's starting to look around more, but I wonder if in college she played more of a center back or a sweeper kind of position, and that's why she's not necessarily looking behind her, which if that's the case, switch her with Hannah. Hannah's always looking around, making sure that no one's behind her. And that to me, like, that's at this point, super, super valuable, especially with Goodry out, move. And I thought about it with Sierra, because I like Sierra in the midfield. So what you can do, switch Hannah and Sierra, push Hannah out to right wing, put Kylie in on the left, make Amber more of your center back or a sweeper if you want. And who else? Who else did I had in there? I had my formation and then I lost it. Hannah. Shit. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
you said Kylie Delaney before. You brought her up earlier too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this is why we're such the world's greatest pod. No notes, right?
I came from work. No notes.
All good. I'm actually at work right now. It's fine.
I'm gonna clock into 3:30. So yeah, we make it work. But yeah, so here are the other results of the Gainsbridge Super League. The Ascent playing 2 games in 1 week, Wednesday, Sunday. 2 losses for them. Mm-hmm. Jacksonville is working their way into their season, and Brooklyn still sucks. I don't know what's going on with them.
Coach, their head coach, he started 2 weeks before their very first game.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, that explains.
And then their assistant coach got a red card in our game. So she was out. She had to have been out for the next game after that. So I mean, I think it's their coaching staff.
Honestly. That's right. That was the first double yellow red of the league, was actually to Brooklyn's assistant coach.
Yep.
Yeah. League history. Honestly, folks.
But that being said, the one thing I want to say, I mean, obviously we're Trinity fans here. I want to shout out to Lexington. They reloaded the season after a terrible season last year. They got a couple of loanees from NWSL, and they went out to college.
3 coaches last year, didn't they?
No, I think it's just the 2. And yeah, they whatever changes they made is working.
It's working.
So, and it's a young league. you're going to be seeing a lot of these teams a lot. There's only 9 teams, so you're going to play everyone at least 3 times. So that's when coaching gets into it. Like, hey, we saw what happened last game. Let's not make that mistake again.
Yeah.
As we move forward. But these are the results of this past weekend. Then we have the standings. Even with the loss, Dallas is still 10 points. So 1 under Fort Lauderdale and Lexington. There we go, right? 3rd place.
Yep.
Tampa Bay Sun doing their best LA Galaxy impersonation of winning the league and then being absolutely terrible.
Oh my gosh. Hannah was telling us a little bit about because we got to meet her while we were in Tampa, like officially meet her and talk to her and stuff. And she was telling us that well, I can't go into it, but basically Tampa
breaking news live on this podcast for everyone here. Come on.
I know, right?
No one
I wish I could. I want to talk about it so bad, but I'm like, I can't talk about it. Just know that there is definitely a little bit of drama between us and Tampa is 100% clinging on to that championship title.
I mean, as you're supposed to. Like the Galaxy.
We saw their merch in the airport. That's how big that they're kind of getting in Tampa. And we were telling everybody about their team in Tampa while we were there. But it was really nice to see it in the airport. And I was like, you know what? I can't wait to see the Trinity stuff in the airport at some point.
Yeah, you know? I mean, I think eventually once we get Atletico in the building, I think all these teams need to get their marketing budget together and just advertise soccer. Right, Soccer City, whatever you need to call it, because you're not really competing with each other. So at a certain point, let's make it work.
I think your Atletico merch next to your Trinity merch on the shelf is going to look really good. You're going to have your light blue and your deep maroon. It's going to look really nice there.
Well, what was that, Dennis? What was that? Are you just juggling them right there?
I'm juggling right there. Juggling the merch. Let's go.
So shout out to the Golden Girls of the Cotton Bowl. Actually, I wonder if the Cotton Bowl will allow them to put signage in the building. So like when you walk in, you'll be able to see their logos, or is that something they're not going to allow? Because that would also help a lot to make it feel like it's home, is that when you walk in, there's some kind of indication that this is the home field of et cetera, et cetera.
Well, they've done a lot with the on the field stuff this year. They've got banners up, and obviously it's all temporary and it goes down after the game.
Yeah.
But they've got all those big temporary banners up around the stadium, and sort of the logos are starting to show up. So you're starting to see a little bit more of it. We'll see what happens when we finally switch sides over to the other side of the Cotton Bowl.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, just want to shout out to the ladies are off this weekend, and then they are back going to Washington, another long flight. Hopefully the ladies get to keep their points, because they got to be worth it some way. They're going to be playing.
I did notice. I think they were last year. I think they were flying Southwest, and I think they're flying American this year. Is that what?
Yes, they're flying. They're flying American.
So a little bit of an upgrade there,
which is nice.
I mean, is it Southwest? They fly. I don't know. Is that an upgrade? Anyways, we will discuss this later in the pod. At USL needs to do better with sponsorships. An airline sponsor would be my number one call for next season. I don't care which airline. It could be Breeze. It could be, not Spirit, because they're going out of Allegiant. It could be Spirit, but they're going out of business. But you know what I mean?
Like, Spirit's now Spirit Halloween Airlines. Like,
yeah.
I saw that once. I saw that on a meme once.
Yeah, but at a certain point, they got to figure out a way to lower the travel costs. Because like if I'm Spokane, right? We know in a couple of years
their travel schedule's got to be insane. Like their travel budget has to be absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, we know they're getting Boise in the Super League in 7, quote unquote, unless anything changes. But they have no other plans for Western Conference teams, so they got to make it work for sure. But yeah, the ladies will be flying to Spokane, and then the week after on the 18th, you can join us all there for whatever food items we talked about earlier and soccer. So. All right.
Any more excitement from your Tampa trip as the official first Trinity traveling away day supporters?
Well, there wasn't too much. I mean, we tried a lot of good food. Found out that Tampa, the supporters for the Tampa Bay, they do their tailgate across the river at a restaurant, and we almost accidentally went there during their tailgate because that's where we were planning on having dinner. But I mean, it's a beautiful city. I think I know that we're trying to get a bigger kind of group to come out with us in May. So if anybody's interested, you can come find us at the games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or,
Let us know about that. We'll get that out. We'll get that
yeah,
information out everywhere.
we're just trying to get a bigger supporter group so that we can kind of travel in a group. I don't know if our presence helped the girls any. I accidentally spilled some beer on Sam Estrada and Lucy Shepard, one of their trainers. I felt terrible. I was like, oh my gosh, don't look at me. And I deeply apologize to the girls if they hear this anywhere. I've talked about it everywhere to apologize, but I'm more embarrassed than anything else.
Marcus, have you ever spilled beer on a player on purpose?
No,
Nope.
Not on purpose. Not on
Not
purpose.
on purpose. No, never.
I
No,
have
I'll
actually,
yell at them. I've yelled loud enough for a Tampa Bay player to tell me to quiet down while we were in the Cotton Bowl because we're so close. We're sideline seats just about. And then I felt bad and I was like, "You're doing great, sweetie." But I mean, like it was a good time. We got to meet Hannah Davison's parents. Caroline Kelly's parents showed up at one point, said hi, knew that we think who was it? Allie Thornton's parents may have been there as well on the opposite end. So
Allie's parents have popped by. Allie's parents have popped by a tailgate. They're great people. The Lancasters are incredible people.
Yeah, we met Cam's mom the other day. She brought little pom poms and stuff to the tailgate. So
was she wearing the Cam Lancaster shirt?
She was wearing
and the socks
shirt.
too.
I didn't know she had socks.
She's got matching socks to go with the shirt. It's incredible.
That's amazing. That's something my mom would do if I was
soccer mom on a million.
That's awesome. So it was a fun trip. We got to do a few little things. We found a food festival because we're foodies. So big backing up. So that's why we're excited for the state fair. But there wasn't too much to say, for the Tampa Bay. It was cool to get to see the girls on the road and kind of cool to see how sparsely populated the Tampa Bay Stadium was. Got a few questions about how our attendance is, and we're like, it's been
better than this.
It's better than yours. It's just that it looks different because 90.
Yeah, and I was like, it's probably about the same, maybe a few more. So who knows?
Yeah,
I think we got them smoked on attendance records at this point.
Well, their stadium only fits 3,500. It's tiny. So
yeah. That sounds about right. They've got real short bleachers.
Yeah.
And they open up the whole thing. So it also doesn't help that they open up the whole thing. So you see 10 people here, 10 people over here, 2 people over here.
I think stadiums need to do a better job of putting, hey, go on the TV side.
Yeah, exactly. They labeled it. Here's where the visitors are going to be. Here's where the home team's going to be. I put us right behind the visitors because I was like, well, I want us to be on the right side of the field, but they don't. I wish there was a visitor and a home side like they do in high schools.
Yeah, it'll get better. The league's growing. It's young. It's got an infusion of cash, obviously with Gainsbridge. Crystal, if you want to hang on a little bit, we're going to move to our next segment right here. We're going to call this segment "Rate This Crest." We have 2 crest logo, whatever you want to call it, reveals this weekend, and U.S. soccer, or North American soccer in this particular instance, has a terrible job of crest logo design. So we're going to start off with the MLS Next Pro side in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Here you go. Why on earth they decided to do this, I have no idea. I will say the one upside to this crest is I'm looking forward to the navy, I don't even know what you would call that, dark blue, navy blue stripe kit that obviously is going to come with this. But other than that, this is terrible. Crystal, we'll let you go first. Thoughts on Rate This Crest?
It makes me think it's like like they're doing like a cattle brand. Yep. That's what it reminds me of, with the G and the R like kind of over each other and under each other and stuff. I don't know.
The most Texas answer.
It really is. Like, I'm like, listen, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna think food wise, but it's underwhelming.
It's very Yellowstone for you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, very Yellowstone. Like, I mean, like you said, like it would be like, I think that kit would be nice. Although I feel like a little hard to see. I guess I would like more contrasting colors. So like a brighter, if you wanted to go blue, a brighter blue. But that's just me wanting, like, I would look at it and be like, are they wearing black or are they wearing blue? Is it striped? Oh, it's striped.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say this is one, before Dennis jumps in, this is one of the examples of corporations learning the wrong lesson. So for the last, let's say 10 years, we've been saying no more SCs and no more FCs. And then in the last two clubs, we've had Atletico Boise, we've had Sporting Cascade, and they're like, oh, we'll just steal another European moniker and just run that into the ground. So now we have Athletic Club Grand Rapids. So there you go. If you complain loud enough, they will correct it, but make it worse somehow. But yeah, Dennis, what are your thoughts? Rate this kit. Or rate this. Sorry.
And I know I said this about Boise too, but this one even more so. This looks like a default created club in FIFA or Football Manager. This looks like one of those like fake clubs that you would see at like at a lower level or something like that when they or you ever see the crest they come up with when they don't have licenses for teams when when, like AC Milan is like Lombardia or something like that. It's got like a weird snake on it or something ridiculous. That's what this looks like. This looks like something somebody cooked up in obviously an AI tool or something. But I hope they didn't pay a lot of money for this crest because it's not good. To your point, Marcus,
not
the
Microsoft
colors.
Paint.
Right, there you go, Microsoft Paint. Then not even Photoshop, just Paint, right?
Just Paint.
Like we didn't even get as far as Photoshop. But to your point, Marcus, I do like the idea of that. Whatever we're calling that blue, and I'm sure they have some sort of like Michigan mountain blue or something.
There was no explainer with this one. I would have put it in here. I know how much you love explainers.
You know how much I love a crest explainer, especially when especially when it's completely been like retrofitted after the fact, right? That's my favorite things in the world. But to your point, yeah, that blue on black would make a cool striped kit or otherwise, but yeah, this crest is trash. Sorry.
I mean,
sorry, Grand Rapids. Sorry, one of my favorite whiskey bars in the entire world is in Grand Rapids. But this is not good.
This is not it.
I will give it one thing. The GR is going to look great on the hat, like right here.
Yeah,
that's going to
look cattle brand right there on the hat.
Cattle brand right here on the there.
Yeah, that's going to look awesome. That in everything we got to find the positive, and for me, that hat is going to look fire. And the stripes. If they do a stripe, if they don't do a stripe kit, fire whoever made this. If they come out with an all white or some bullshit, I'm gonna be like, why even put it on here?
Why put the different colors?
Yeah. So that's number one. So we're gonna go north of the border. Shout out to Hubert, who's in Canada at the moment. The Canadian Premier League is expanding.
Is that where the beard spa is? The beard spa is in Canada?
Beard spa. There we go. Yeah. He's definitely getting that massage there.
Get it all taken care.
So we're going to move to the Canadian Premier League. Their new side. This is their crest.
Marcus, pronounce this club, please.
FC Supra de Quebec.
Zero spice on that whatsoever.
No. I forgot to put the E, the accent above the E. But all right, Crystal. So what do you think about this one? Did the Canadians get it right?
I don't know. So this is a whole new league, not just a club. This is straight up a whole league.
No. The Canadian Premier League is like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old now. This is just a new team in Quebec.
This is a new team.
Yeah.
I like the contrasting colors. I will give them the S for Supra. So I'm okay with this. It's bland, but like, I don't know, it's bland in the best way for me.
Yes, it's understated. The only problem is like they have to do a lot of marketing, because if I see this doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't tell me it's a soccer club. It doesn't do anything. That said, that might be a really good idea. Like, this doesn't tell you anything. And the fact that your name is Supra, if you don't have a big Toyota symbol on your chest for your jersey, you need to quit and just go home. Just absolutely call it a day. But yeah, so these are the two. I mean, there was probably some more I could have hunted down, but these are the two new ones for this week. And I don't hate this. Again, 2 colors. It basically gives you home and away. Or if you want to stripe it, you can do red and navy. That's the only reason a kit explainer makes sense, is to tell me what colors I'm supposed to be calling these. But whatever. Yeah, Dennis, what are your thoughts?
Hate this. This is kind of giving like Ukrainian Super League.
Oh,
Kiev.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's what this is kind of giving me. This is giving me like some Eastern Europe vibes. I don't hate it. It's different, and I wouldn't be able to identify a Canadian Premier League club crest off the bat anyway. I don't believe Canada's a real place. I'll be honest with you.
My man said, I don't
America's
believe it.
hat. What are you talking about?
I'm a Canada denier. I don't
My
believe it
man
actually
said, I
exists.
am a Canada denier. That is
The U.S.
unfortunate.
light is what a lot of people call it.
Eh,
Polite America.
Oh my dear. Oh my word. All right. That is not good, guys. Shout out to our Canadian fans, all one of you. Um,
We have ones of them.
yeah, we have single digits of them, to be honest. But
Hey, at least
uh,
you have some.
let's since you guys apparently did not know the Canadian Premier League existed, I'm going to give y'all a little refresher. These are the
I didn't
other
say I
eight.
didn't know it existed. I just said I could never pick a crest out. Well, that
So
York Nine crest is kind of cool.
Well, no, I'll say I didn't know it existed, but I've also I haven't followed soccer. I played soccer for over 20 years, but didn't really follow any teams.
there you go. So this is, I will say their logo is better than MLS's or UPSL or USL, to be honest. That Canadian, the Maple Leaf is such a winner in so many ways. You can put it on almost anything. It looks awesome. But the
Especially the
Ottawa
syrup.
club, yeah, the Ottawa club, that this is trash. Halifax is really cool. Um,
Halifax is cool. York Nine's kind of cool. Calvary's unoriginal, but it's
yeah.
not bad.
So, but yeah, so these are the rest of them. So they'll move up to 9. One of the, I guess next week, Crystal, when you come back, we can talk about the Northern Super League, because apparently, whenever you want to name a women's soccer league, you just put super in front of it and keep it moving. I don't know why that is, but
Okay.
yeah. So the Northern Super League, they have 9 teams as well. So maybe there's a merger involved so that we don't have to play each other repeatedly forever. But yeah, so
North American Super League, if you will.
there you go. So that is our episode of Rate Your Crest, or Rate This Crest, whichever version of that. We're going to run through the next 2 things. We're going to call this segment Around the Grounds. This is the up and down of lower division soccer in North America, or in America. Do we want to do positive or negative first?
Start with the positive.
Want to start with the positive first? All right, positive. USL gets infusion of cash from private equity firm Bell Tower Partners.
That's a positive.
Okay.
It is a positive. The league
private
needs,
equity is never a positive. Sorry.
all right, if you know the history of how Major League Soccer existed and survived, it really was 3 families, the Hunts being one of them, that saved the league. And you need deep pockets. And
No, investment in this league is absolutely a good thing.
Yes.
I work for private equity. Please don't fire me.
Yeah, so Crystal, give us your thoughts. So you say you weren't really a fan of leagues in general, but what do you think of the landscape of soccer here in North America? The disjointed, not connected in any particular way. We're just kind of doing fly by night nature of soccer here in North America.
I like that we're trying to grow the love and just get the word out of the different leagues. So like I said, I've played for over 20 years. Like my family has played, like my dad, my stepmom played, my little sister plays. We're a soccer family, but like I use women's soccer as a example, because sorry to the men, I can't stand men's soccer because of all the flopping. I know why they do it, but I'm like, get up. I know what you're trying to do, but get up. You're fine. You're fine. Just get up and keep going.
Spoken like a true goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Spoken like a true goalkeeper.
Well, okay. So fun little stuff about me. I play on Tuesdays with a women's league, recreational. Both are indoor that I play in. I play goalie for them, and then I play field for the men. And they're not dramatic, but it definitely, you run really hard. And I get up. I've been bowled over quite a few times playing with the men. My dad has bowled me over several times. I get up unless I'm actually hurt, which I've limped. I tore my plantar fascia about a couple months ago in my left foot, limped my way off the field. And I was like, I'm fine. It hurts, all that to say, as a kid, I didn't have a women's league to watch growing up. My dad didn't really watch soccer while we were growing up. We just played more than anything else. So I like getting the word out there and having soccer kind of grow to like football levels, hopefully one day, where people are like, oh, I've got a game on, like, because we typically choose like Saturdays or Fridays, it's like, oh, there's a game tonight, like I want it to grow because I'm tired of football. I'm tired of football, basketball, and baseball because those are the three big sports here in America. I need soccer to be up there here
Hey.
like it is in the world.
Hockey, ma'am. Hockey. There's National Hockey League will take exception to not being included in that tier of teams.
I mean, soccer is just summer hockey as far as I'm concerned. It's
You're
pretty
not
much the
wrong.
same.
You're not wrong.
And but like I want hockey to grow, like I know there's a professional women's hockey league, but like no one ever talks about them. I want to get into all the different sports. Found out there's a hockey team that's sponsored by a strip club, and so they wear the stripper names on the back of their jerseys, which is kind of fun.
Wait a second, we need to do a whole episode on that.
I have to find them somewhere. I think they're actually in Florida or something like that.
Marcus, were you aware of this?
I was aware of a European team that did a porn site as their sponsor, and it was a women's team, and there was a big uproar, and they were like, isn't this women's empowerment? I'm funding."
Hey, more power to them. If they want to get the word out there and they're being supported, I support women's sports. However it needs to be supported.
Most definitely. Yeah, it's just again. I rail against the fact that a lot of these stadium deals are just real estate plays, and then we kind of throw a team in as an afterthought. The thing is, if the federation is going to focus so heavily on stadiums, which is all it really cares about, is whether or not you have the facilities, and it doesn't. Right, stadiums and whether or not the owner has a deep enough pocket. Like if you go through the professional league standards, none of it says anything about, hey, this is what. I'm gonna give you an example. So like Iceland, right? Small country, obviously, but they have a national from youth to professional tier of like, this is how we're gonna play the game.
Okay.
Oh, the Dutch do this. So that from you, whatever 9 to professional, we all know we're gonna play a 4-4-2. That's not really the formation, but we all play this exact same formation. So that from when you start off to when you become a professional, everyone is skilled at that position. So you don't have to retrain. Here at the youth level, we tend to take whatever the most athletic kid is and said, you're the forward. We're just going to kick and you chase after this. And this is really not the way to do it. We're going to revert back to what the original point of this is. Like Dennis said, PE money is hit or miss. It's whether or not we can both benefit each other, right? They're going to get their real estate deal, so they're going to make their money that way. And hopefully we get a sustained, more solid foundation for the sport here, because as people say whenever we bring up promotion relegation, is like, hey, teams die, yada yada yada, maybe we should focus on that first. But for anyone who doesn't know, this is a soccer pyramid here in North America. This is trash. This is annoying. This is confusing. I mean,
that doesn't look like a pyramid. That looks like, I don't even know what you would call that shape.
Exactly. So
it's something, all right.
It's all
actually, it's an eagle. It's an eagle. That's what it is.
Like an awkward eagle.
Yeah.
Bigger than the other.
And then we're gonna get the women's side's gonna get a second division here in 2026. So it's all frustrating. I don't think USL is perfect, but they're at least trying to connect the pyramid from top to bottom. So we're going to get to the negative side here. So apparently the end of this season is the end of the current CBA by USL, and it's not going well. So they decided to head to social media, which is what anyone does in this day and age. You don't talk directly to anyone. You just post it online. They are directing their fans to block USL Championship on social media because, and what everyone's getting hung up on here, there is not a mandate in the current CBA for the teams to provide healthcare. I don't know. USL Super League is too new to have a CBA. I think they have a working CBA, but not one that's been ratified. So in maybe a year or two is when they're going to be next up to have this conversation. But what are you guys' thoughts on this announcement? Dennis, I know you wanted to say something about this.
Yeah, Marcus, I know we talked about this in chat over the weekend. This is, this is going around this week again. This has been popping up, for a few weeks now. But the way these leagues and players' associations function in the United States is different than the way leagues and clubs function in the rest of the world, right? Obviously, most industrialized first world countries have some sort of universal healthcare in place, or have something, in place that this is not even necessary. But the healthcare aspect of it is typically not provided by or your health insurance, at least, right? In professional sports in the United States, your health insurance is not provided by your employer directly if you're an athlete, right? It's provided by the Players Association. It's paid for and funded by contributions from the clubs, from the ownership. But if you are a player, you have your insurance through your Players Association. The Players Association also comes on to protect up and coming players. It's a big deal for baseball with service time and minor leaguers, and making sure that they get applicable service time so that they're covered. And it also benefits something that we really haven't seen here in soccer. Retired players. What happens when your career is over? How do we make sure that these players are still covered and still able to be healthy? And that's something that professional sports leagues in the United States really only in the past 10, 15 years or so have really delved into, and players associations have really done a good job to start protecting those older players. But you hear stories all the time of guys who won Super Bowls, and they're dead broke because they paid out they paid out millions of dollars in medical bills, right? They had to pawn Super Bowl rings to pay medical bills. So this is not the first time this has come up in professional sports in the United States, but I do think the Players Association needs to do a better job of presenting viable options for the association to be managing that healthcare, as opposed to just saying, teams, you need to do something about it.
Yeah, that Crystal, you jump in here in a second, but that was the thing I was trying to get across to some people, is that they were using this to take shots at USL. They're like, "Oh, you want to be Division One, blah blah blah." I'm like, MLS got their CBA done in like '02, right? Or not, the first one, and it didn't include healthcare in it either. The one after that was the big one that included all this stuff. The NWSL, theirs just kicked in 2022. That they're like, so like all these clubs or all these teams, uh, like they're just now, their CBAs are just now evolving to include stuff like this. I will agree with Dennis. You don't want the clubs to be providing the health care because it's tied to your employment instead of being tied to uh,
You tie it to your membership in the union, which is the Players Association.
exactly. So instead of the USLPA saying the league should mandate it, they should be arguing like, hey, so what we're going to do is we're going to have contributions from the league, contributions from the teams, and then player contributions, and the PA will go hunt down insurance for, right? Because instead of arguing saying that the league should mandate it, just say that the league should provide contributions up to X dollars per player. It'd be $1,500 per player a year, and then it becomes the PA's job to go. Because how many professional teams are in? Or 24? You have, let's say, 28 players per team. That's several thousand people you're going to go buy a policy for. You can easily get a mass discount if that's the number you're going for. And if you include the women's leagues, that's several hundred more. So this is one of them things where, like, I think they're fighting the wrong fight here. And they have zero leverage. So this is the problem. They can't walk out because every year there's several hundred college players who graduate that I can go get that will willingly play for $30,000. So you have zero leverage in this particular instance. So also, having a big strike or work stoppage in a World Cup year would be the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I don't put it past them, but it would be a really bad decision. So, Crystal, what are your thoughts on providing health care to players and CBAs? If you have opinion, if you don't, you can say that too. But yeah, what are your thoughts?
No, I do have an opinion. So I'm not super familiar with how like the structuring goes within like sports and sporting things, but I know that uh Dennis brought up, how kind of the NFL does things. But I do think if you're going to play a sport professionally and like someone's going to support you, but like even if it's a private family and it's privately owned, I do think that they should still provide they still should provide healthcare, because it's like it's a job like anything else that they should, even if it's shit healthcare. I mean, I've had some shit healthcare back in the day, even just a couple of years ago at my job. But at least we had it, and these players are super prone to getting injured. I made, jokes about the men not getting up, but there are times that they do genuinely get injured and they're out for so long, which I think, that they should have some sort of healthcare to help support them, because if you can't afford to go to the hospital, or you can't afford to get healthcare, or any kind of healthcare, then there goes your livelihood once you get injured. Because what else are you going to be able to do? You can't work now, and you have to pay all your medical bills. Like, what else are you to do? There should be some kind of safety net
So
to
I do
help
want to
these players.
caveat. So this was another thing I had to go do research.
Mhm.
So because these are workers, labor law says all these teams have to carry workman's comp anyway. So it's not like there's zero health insurance.
Well,
Right?
that's good. That's good to know that there's nothing, that they have something. But I still think even I still think that someone should be able to provide, even if it's just like the Players Association, someone should be providing some sort of health care for these players. Because yes, like you said, you can go out and you can go get any young player, but that's going to work for like 30,000 a year. But that's also because they're going to hope to get bought out by a different team. And what if they do get bought out by different teams? And then you start dwindling at some point, because I'm not going to get into politics, but I mean, I don't know how many more college players you're going to really be able to get at this point in time. Um, it's just how everything's going in the world. But I don't know. I feel like you would want to protect your players. Like, as personally, I don't want to see people get hurt on the field. I also don't want to see all my favorite players, get injured and then not play again because of one thing or another, or leave the team I'm supporting. I don't know.
Yeah.
I,
So I do want to throw some caveats in here. So yeah, workman's comp is covered.
mhm.
Most teams in the league do actually have health insurance. The argument that the players are having is that they only insure the player, right? And a lot of
Mm,
these players have young families, and if the wife doesn't or the other partner doesn't work, then that person has no insurance. So
gotcha.
it's
Okay.
it's not a zero sum game. It's not saying that no one has health insurance, right? It's just saying
Yeah.
that there's no uniformity. So like the bigger clubs, Louisville, big
Yeah.
club, big budget, everyone's provided healthcare. Smaller club, give me maybe not Miami because that owner has money. Give me a smaller club.
Let's talk Lexington. Let's
Yeah. Well, no, Lexington is a bigger club. The owner does have some financial backing, so they're not really the issue. I'm trying to like Tormenta, for instance. That guy
Okay.
is barely holding on, right? There's no fans in the stands. He's only surviving because he owns all the land around the stadium. So that's how he's
Mm,
making his money. But yeah, like that guy, I can understand him saying, "Don't man, if you mandate that I have to insure all these players and their families, there's no way I can field this team and I have to fold."
yeah.
So that is the issue. Also, like I was pointing out to Dennis, this was like 2 or 3. Actually, it was when the Trinity got their sponsorship, and you realize almost 70% of the league is a hotel district, or not hotel, hospital district.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, that's how you get around it. You're like, hey, as long as you're in DFW, I can fly you back here, and we can get your health care.
I mean, the FC Dallas does that with UT Southwestern. They you spend money on sponsorship, and you give back a certain amount of hours of healthcare.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's one of the. I mean, I guess it's better than Advocare, but yeah. So it's one of those like it's not as fatalistic as people were
Okay.
trying to point out to be.
Okay.
Again, as a worker in this country, you get workman's comp, so that's the floor, right?
Yeah,
And
and
then
then the players themselves will all be covered. It's mainly they're also worried about their families, because what if it's a one income household?
yeah,
And and honestly, that's a fair thing. I think about it. Any other place that you work, you can get insurance for your family. Now, is it going to cost a pretty penny out of your paycheck? 100%. Like, I look at like mine. So like, one day, when Michaela and I get married, and like if I want to carry her on my insurance, I think I have to pay like $600 a paycheck or something like that for like mine. But it's just because that's just how much it's going to cost to carry her under me. But it would make more sense for me to carry her because of how my insurance works.
I agree with
Um,
you. You might want to get that done soonish. Not a political pod, but
oh yeah,
soonish
no, no,
get
no,
that
no, not
done.
a political pod. No,
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about it. There's forms I need to look up for us to fill out just in case that doesn't become an option anymore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We can
So
still like at least be in the room with each other during all of that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
So
I'm just saying not a political pod, but
yeah, no, no, no,
yeah,
no. I'm with
yeah,
you
yeah,
there. That's why I was
yeah,
like, I'm
yeah,
not gonna get into politics on like
yeah. We got to do that. No,
how the world is
we
going right now.
we like to throw hand grenades in politics and then pretend we don't know what we're talking about. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
what?
thing happened. Wait, what happened? Like this
And then
weekend,
just
for
never mention it
instance,
again.
and never mention it again. They're fair enough. But yeah, so um, this is the positive and negative of lower division soccer. It is hit or miss on whether or not this is the one point where I will say that maybe uh, the net worth rule is helpful. If you have an owner with deep enough pockets, maybe he can float you. It's not an indefinite thing. If I'm worth 70 million, I don't want to pay you for 10 years without making a profit back. That's how I got 70 million, by not making dumb decisions like that.
Yeah, no, you wanna make a really good investment, but I feel like I
Yeah,
don't know. I would put an investment into like my players' families because
yeah,
if their family is well taken care of and they're happy, my player is more likely to want to play for me and play as hard as they can and do as well as they can. You know, like I don't know,
yeah.
morale thing in my opinion.
No, it is. And then like the new like the we can circle back before we end it. The new WSL CBA includes mental health breaks and free mental health services. So it's like stuff like that you just throw in. It costs you very little to do that. Like I work for one of the big you know logistics firms, and that stuff they just throw in. Like I can go adopt for free. I never thought that'd be something I need, but that's a service I get, and I can do it for free. Um, so, but yeah, so that's up and down. More private equity money. Actually, I think the players actually did that on purpose. It's like, hey, because USL was announcing all week about all the money they have coming in, and then the players drop this, and it's
Mm,
like, ooh, okay, well
Oh,
played, well played.
you
okay.
got healthcare money?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can I get some of that healthcare money?
You
Um,
got some for us? Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's fair. That's fair. That all makes sense.
And this is what I was saying earlier, is that the league needs to do a better job at getting, like, their sponsors are Prix, which is a tire manufacturer. They have Best Western, which has to be the worst hotel chain in the country. Well,
What?
no, that's not true. Choice Hotels is probably worse, but
I
I
was
was
gonna
gonna
say,
say, I
have
don't
you
know,
stayed at a
Super
Motel
8.
6 in a while?
yeah, yeah. But I would say the worst about the big ones, right?
Okay.
You could go get
Okay.
Marriott or Hilton or Hyatt. You got Best Western.
I
Like that's
don't know.
pretty
I prefer
right.
Best Western over Hilton, and that's because Best Western will at least give me free breakfast. Hilton, depending on the Hilton I have to go to, I have to pay extra for that.
Fair enough. These are fair points. But what I'm saying is that they could do a better job. Go hunt down an American Airlines or Southwest or whoever it is and say, hey, we give us part of your marketing budget as a discount flight for these teams.
Mhm.
And right, it doesn't have to be an exchange of money. We put you on our broadcast, we get a discount on flights. Everybody wins in that particular instance, and so on and so forth. But yeah, so we'll see. The season, this I do always want to point out, no CBAs are ever signed during the season. There's always something that's dealt with in the off season. So this was a leverage point. The team did what they were supposed to do. The league's doing what they're supposed to do. We just got to wait for the off season, which is coming up here pretty soon. Although for USL there isn't an off season because the women play all spring. So it's like, what's an off season? But we do want to thank Crystal for coming in and staying longer and doing our
Absolutely.
all the
It
good
was a
stuff.
joy. I enjoy doing this.
Yeah, we can bring you on whenever you're available. If
Yeah.
if Monday doesn't work, we can rotate the schedule. But yeah, it's been a good day. Shout out to everyone who made it this far in the pod. We know you're an absolute lunatic, but we love you for it.
Should I take us home?
Yeah, go ahead, close it out.
All right. So you can vote.
Wait, Crystal, do you listen to records?
I don't, not any physical ones. I don't have any physical ones. I know. I want a record player. I think Michaela has one. It's boxed up somewhere, and she's got a few vinyl. But if I did have one, I
Yeah.
think my favorite, and it's because they're my all-time favorite band. I'd have to bring Queen, and I'd have to bring their greatest hits, like the three greatest hits that they put on like CDs.
Put up,
I have
yeah,
those somewhere.
somewhere.
But
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
We love physical media over here.
yeah,
DBT.
I wish I had them. They're somewhere in a box.
Marcus and
Understood.
I like to
Understood.
collect piles of crap. Essentially, is what we're saying.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dennis, go ahead and wrap us up.
All right, we are the Dallas Beer Guardians. You can find us at Dallas Guardians on X. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Threads. You can find us on Facebook. We're floating around Reddit. We've got our own Discord channel if you want to be a member. It's DallasGuardians.com. If you want to check out the website, sign up, become a member. This weekend, Saturday, October 4th, Toyota Stadium in the Red Lot, the final regular season tailgate. We are kicking off. Big noon Saturday kickoff in Frisco. Kegs and eggs. The Dallas Beer Guardians brunch to wrap it up. We've got a 3:30 game. We're going to be out there for a little while partying. And then if you're a real true sicko, hop in the car with us. Jump up 75 after the game. Stop at Sherman High School, and we will be going to Texoma's final home game of the season as well, right?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
If you check out Texoma's website, there is believe it's a $15 ticket deal that gets you a ticket, a Dr. Pepper, and a hot dog. Best deal in town. That is a 7:30 p.m. kickoff as well. So if you really want to be a complete psychopath, join us. Start at noon, tailgate with us. We might even have some Premier League games on or whatever else during the tailgate. Lots of stuff going on. Kegs and eggs. Could be a party. Head up with us to Texoma afterwards. Next weekend, we'll talk about this a little bit more, but next weekend the Golden Girls are on the road for their final stop of the 5th leg of this road trip up in Spokane, but they'll thankfully have a week off between now and then, and we'll talk more about that game coming up ahead. And then October 18th at the Cotton Bowl. We talked about this, but again, you want to have another sicko soccer Saturday, join us for the fair Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. kickoff for the State Fair Classico as Dallas Trinity host Club America.
Club America.
Club America.
Club America Femenil.
There you go.
That's a 4 p.m. kickoff, and then we'll roll from there. We will roll right into our watch party for MLS Decision Day as FC Dallas wraps up the season at 8 p.m. Central Time in Vancouver. So lots of big football Saturdays coming up here. We take football Saturday seriously in Texas.
Indeed.
We do.
Like, share, and subscribe. Guardians out.